What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical average American here today to react and learn about Princess Diana's most iconic moments. Now, I would usually start off by saying, oh, well, I'm an American and that's why I don't know anything about Princess Diana, but I think for this particular topic, Princess Diana, that's not necessarily true this time. I think a lot of Americans actually know quite a bit about Princess Diana, and Princess Diana was quite popular with a lot of Americans and known, and from what I understand, extraordinarily popular in the UK, but basically when Princess Diana was going about her life and her unfortunate death, I was just a little tiny child, so I don't know anything about Princess Diana, but I've heard so many great positive things that I'm very, very excited for this video in particular. Princess Diana's most iconic moments. What a fitting word, because I think she herself is an icon, honestly, that will live forever, and that's what I hear all the time, and I want to know why, basically. I'm one of the few people, I think, left on this planet that don't really understand why, and I wanna. So, I'm quite excited for this, and let's take a look.
Number 10. Breaking Royal Protocols. Diana was marked as different from the very moment she joined the royal family. She was the first royal to have a paying job before getting married.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I know Princess Diana is like the people's royal. You know, like, the regular people like her, and she's relatable. That's what I've heard, and I'm not at all surprised, I'm a little surprised, though, still, to learn that she had a normal job. She was just a normal person, right? Like, basically, just the most normal kind of person that could become royalty, and that is one of the reasons she's really relatable and liked and down to earth. So she had a job before she was. That's funny. That's funny to think, because I don't even think about that stuff, how members of royalty don't even have jobs, really. I mean, they do stuff, don't get me wrong, but I already am starting to get a picture here.
Instead of making a custom engagement ring, which is tradition in the family, Diana selected his from the Gerard Jewelry Collection catalogue. She was also the first royal to give birth in an actual hospital. Her children, Prince William and Prince Harry, continued this tradition.
Oh, breaking royal protocols. That's one reason that she was loved so much. An iconic moment. Having birth in a regular hospital, wanting like a quote-unquote regular wedding ring. Oh, she just wanted to bring some more like normalcy to the royal life, basically, which I really respect.
Every decision Diana made raised eyebrows, not only from the royal family, but also from the public. She was a princess that followed her heart, not protocols. Number 9.
That takes a lot of courage. That takes a lot of courage, doesn't it? I'm sure there's so much expectation set on you when you're a princess to have the guts, and you're not really sure how you're going to be perceived at the time, to be like, I'm not going to do it just because that's the way it's been done, you know? That actually takes a lot of courage.
The Travolta dress. This is the moment Princess Diana impressed the fashion world so much and became an icon. Her midnight blue evening gown, worn while visiting President Reagan, was designed by Victor Edelstein, but the media nicknamed it as the Travolta dress.
The Travolta dress? 'Cause she's, dancing with John Travolta there? That's funny. That's kind of fun. Wow.
Due to her dancing with John Travolta at the gala. Pictures of them having fun went viral, and the dress became one of Diana's most memorable outfits.
Wow, this dress, I didn't know this dress was famous or anything like that. This is kind of fun. Like, it was a bit more serious for the first iconic moment. This is like showing her lighthearted, goofy side, like a normal person. Like a normal person, you know, dancing with John Travolta, like we all do. Like we all like to do, right?
Travolta revealed that he was completely awestruck by Diana's presence. and that he felt like Prince Charming all evening. The dress was auctioned off in 1997 and sold in 2013 for £240,000.
Wow.
Number 8. Oversharing. Princess Diana didn't hold back, even if it meant she'd sometimes overshare a thing or two. So,
oversharing? What does that mean? This headline says, Diana, I may never be queen? Oversharing. As an iconic moment? I wonder what that means exactly. What was she sharing?
when she revealed that many people in the royal establishment wouldn't want her to be queen, the world was shook.
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path, and I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear.
She admitted they didn't like her because she leads from the heart and not from the head. But
They like her. They did not like her, some of the royal members, and did not want her to be queen. And she had heard about that and felt like she could tell the public, like press, about that. That is pretty significant, that level of transparency. And basically, in a way, like, kind of smack-talking some of the other royalty, or at least, like, you know, pushing that boundary a bit by feeling like she can tell the world what other members of royalty probably thought was pretty sacred, pretty secret, if not gossip, about her.
But at the same time, she said she doesn't really care because someone has to be there for the people. In that same interview, she also admitted to cheating on her husband.
Were you unfaithful?
More than 200 million people watched the whole thing go down, and Prince Charles was reportedly heartbroken.
What? Wait, what? Princess Diana had an interview where she revealed all this stuff and said she cheated on Charles. Oh my gosh. I guess on one hand that's like really sad and bad, but on the other hand you kinda respect the transparency, although Charles had to find out by what? Watching the interview or hearing about it rather than them, you know, maybe talking about it. I'm sensing some marital distress here from what I've actually never heard about this side of Princess Diana. This is fascinating.
Number 7. The bravest moments of her marriage. Diana wasn't only kind, she was also bold.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
When she
Whoa! Okay. Whoa. Charles and the Camilla connection. I don't know too much about all this stuff, like vaguely. What was there something with Charles and Camilla while Diana was around, or that's what I'm sensing here, and Diana knew that, and that's why she didn't feel so bad about the cheating, because maybe Charles was emotionally or physically cheating, I don't know, but man, what a tangled web they weave. And Diana's here to really spill the tea for us.
she discovered that Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles had an affair, she admitted to being terrified of her. But she ended up confronting her at Camilla's sister's birthday party and called it one of the bravest moments of her marriage.
Wow.
Diana straight up told her she knows what's going on, but Camilla gave an interesting reply. She said that Diana could have any man in the world and has 2 beautiful children, and then asked what more could she want. Diana simply...
Wow. Diana confronted Camilla about the affair? This is dramatic. And then apparently we all know about this now because it's in this video. So who did Diana talk about all this as well publicly? She really made a lot of this very public. Is that one reason people really appreciate her as well? Kind of taking what would be, you know, sacred, secret, royal secrets and basically a TV show drama and making it known, basically? Wow.
She replied that she wants her husband and that she shouldn't treat her like an idiot.
I said to Phil, I'm sorry I'm in the way. I obviously am in the way. I want to be help both of you.
Number 6, showing her true self. Princess Diana wore her heart on her sleeve and often showed us her true side. The things you normally don't want to tell people, In a heartbreaking interview, Diana revealed how she struggled with depression after giving birth to Prince William.
Wow, she was very, very open and honest. Oh my gosh. This is not at all the type of stuff you usually hear from royalty, is it? This I'm starting to, like, get it. Like, Diana was very, very normal. And, like, also made it very clear that in her relationships and in her mental well-being, she had problems, like everybody. And she was open about that. And I'm guessing that's a big reason why people liked her as well. Along with dancing with John Travolta as well.
She also revealed she suffered from eating disorders and was hurting her arms and legs to cope with the immense pressure that she was experiencing.
Wow.
Then you were disgusted at the bloatedness of your stomach.
She was the
Oh my gosh, yeah. She's talking about mental health issues, you know? She's a member of royalty. She's talking about her mental health issues. Very, very relatable stuff. Very honest and open stuff. So I respect that a lot.
first royal to speak so openly about her mental health struggles.
Yeah.
Number 5. I'll fight till the end. Diana's interview with Martin Bashir touched the hearts of many. She showed her vulnerable side to those that loved her and those that didn't.
Yeah, she's very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. Man, she had a lot of interviews. Oh my gosh. A lot of, like, very iconic interviews. I'm sure those are somewhere on YouTube as well, huh? What does it say? Shattered DI retreats from royal limelight.
But she also showed that she wasn't just going to give up that easily, even if the royal family didn't approve of her. She admitted that the family did what they could to make her look bad after her divorce.
Oh, so was that a whole thing as well? Like, she spent a large part of her life with a lot of the royal family actively, maybe openly, not liking her as well. So maybe for those out there who are a bit rebellious and kind of felt a bit of kinship towards her as well, like, the royal family doesn't like you, we're on your side, like something like that, you know, the underdog.
Over the next few months, I will be seeking a more suitable way of combining a meaningful public role with, hopefully, a more private life.
So much so that she decided to take a break from public appearances, which was something they didn't expect.
She won't go quietly, that's the problem. I'll fight till the end, because I believe that I have a role to fulfill.
She took control over the situation and said the family were afraid of just how strong she was.
She's very, very, very driven. Very strong, very vocal, well-spoken. Like, very likable, like, as well. Kind of the intangible factor of just, like, being a likable person and very normal.
Diana was free to fight till the end.
To recreate herself out of the ashes of her marriage into the People's Princess.
Number 4.
The People's Princess. The People's Princess. There you go. That's all you have to hear.
Or The Wedding. Known as the Wedding of the Century, attended by many celebrities, it was a perfect event to scope out the new fashion trends. But of course, there were plenty of moments that raised eyebrows. For example, Diana addressed Prince Charles by the wrong name, calling him Philip Charles Arthur George instead of Charles Philip Arthur George.
I mean, okay, I thought at first they're like, oh, they called him the wrong name. It's not like she called him, like, Bobby or something, like Bartholomew, instead of Charles. He has like 7 names in his name, and she got a couple mixed up. It sounded more malicious than it really was, I think. She's nervous, getting married, literally, in the most watched wedding ever. So I actually get that. Makes her even more relatable. Don't we all accidentally say the wrong name when we're getting married? All right, maybe not. But if you have like 17 names in your name, okay.
Philip Charles Arthur George.
Meanwhile, Charles actually forgot to kiss the bride after the two exchanged vows.
Oh!
He made it up with a new...
But then, okay, getting your 12 names wrong, fine. That's way more acceptable than forgetting to kiss the bride. That's terrible. That's kind of sad.
tradition, kissing on the balcony of Buckingham Palace.
Okay. Okay. Little bit
This
of a
was also
save.
followed by Prince William But of course, he didn't forget to kiss his bride at the altar. Number 3, obey no more. Speaking of the wedding, along with creating new traditions, Princess Diana also broke some. She was the first royal bride to remove the word obey from their vows.
Wow, really a bit of a rebellious type, isn't she? I like it. I'm starting to get it. I like it. Bit of, maybe that's a really, really good word to describe her, as like a rebellious. Removing obey. I like that. I like that.
The line, which was used in royal weddings since 1662, originally said to love, cherish, and obey till death do us part.
To love and to cherish,
Love and cherish.
till death us do part.
Death us do part.
Yeah, I mean, that's very appropriate, honestly. Like, I mean, I was watching the coronation of King Charles not too long ago, and he had changed some things about the coronation to modernize it. And that just seems like exactly what Diana's doing here, by removing the "I swear to obey you." It's like, no, get that out of here. That is so old-fashioned and honestly inappropriate. So I actually really like this.
Little did Diana know that by breaking a tradition, she started a new one. Kate Middleton, Meghan Markle, and Princess Eugenie all removed obey from their vows too.
Yeah.
Love and to cherish,
To love and to cherish,
till death us do part.
till death us do part.
It's a powerful move to let anyone know the royal husbands are no longer in control. Number 2, the revenge dress. You know,
The revenge dress? Not just the Travolta dress, we got another dress. The revenge dress! How dramatic. I am liking these iconic moments. This is good stuff. And they've got good names.
have to talk about the dress that had everyone gasp. Nicknamed as the revenge dress, Princess Diana wore it to the Vanity Fair dinner at London's Serpentine Gallery.
What's the revenge here? I'm not sure I understand. What is she doing that is enacting revenge?
She was on a mission to make a statement. That same night, TV aired Prince Charles's documentary that shed light on the couple's divorce in an attempt to fix Charles's image. But then he confessed for the first time that he cheated on Diana with Camilla. Diana decided to make everyone's jaw drop that night and show that she's not someone to mess with. Before we begin...
Wait, what? So is it just that it's like a good-looking dress? Is that what it is? Like she wore a dress that she'd look good in, and everyone would go, oh, and like make it be like, Charles, what'd you do? Look what you lost. Like that kind of thing. Is that the revenge part of it, I guess? I thought there was something like more serious, some real revenge going on here. Like she had stolen his favorite blanket and sewn it into a dress as revenge and then was wearing it out. No, too bad.
Breaking the stigma.
Okay, number 1, breaking the stigma. Okay.
Not only did Princess Diana break the stigma around mental health, she also destigmatized people with AIDS and HIV. Back when it was still unknown whether or not you could get AIDS through physical contact, Diana shook hands with a sufferer.
I've heard about this. This is the one iconic moment I have heard of, where Diana openly and publicly shook hands with a patient who had AIDS to show that she was not afraid and to remove a stigma around AIDS. So this is so cool.
I wanted to hug people in hospital beds, and this particular man was so ill. So I thought, right, Diana, do it.
She did so without wearing any gloves at all, sending an important message to people that they too should lead with their heart.
What a fantastic way to use like her platform, her fame, her status. Like she never used all of that for her own personal gain, really. It was to really push important messages of, honestly, like equality and strength. And in this case, shattering stigmas around illnesses, and it's really quite inspiring.
Opened the landmark AIDS Center in 1989 and worked very closely with the patients. This moment was one of the most important moments of her life.
Yeah, this was a big one. Like, this is the only one I've heard of. Me, little old me, actually heard of.
And it definitely changed the world for the better.
And when I saw the reassurance that an action like that gave, I did it everywhere.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and...
Wow, that was so interesting. That was so fun. This was by WatchMojo UK, and I gotta give that a like, because I really, really liked that. Princess Diana's most iconic moments, and iconic they were, and man, I didn't know how much drama and kind of mischief. No, not mischief, but you know, all this fascinating stuff around her life and her relationship with royalty, and relationship to her husband, and all these interviews and all these dresses. Like, there is so much more to Princess Diana than I ever realized. It must have been something, quite something, to have lived all that, like to be alive during all that, and have witnessed it in real time. Whereas I get to, you know, enjoy it in this condensed WatchMojo top 10 video, but I ain't complaining about that. I thoroughly enjoyed this a lot. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to the UK and UK culture, stuff about the UK I've never learned before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.